The land that eventually became Lackland Air Force Base used to be part of Kelly Field. The pilots at Kelly used the area as a bombing range and called it the Hill because of the flat escarpment that rose deeply above their airfield. Brigadier General Frank D. Lackland became commander of the Air Corps Advanced Flying School at Kelly Field. He began his military career in 1911 as an infantry lieutenant and served with George C. Marshall, then also a lieutenant, in the Philippines before World War I. Lackland received his wings in 1917, making him one of the Army's early band of pilots. As a colonel, he became commander of Brooks Field in 1934 before taking command at Kelly in March 1938. While at Kelly, he conceived the idea of a major training facility on the hill overlooking the field. The growth of Kelly's Hill to the nation's largest military center resulted from the foresight of General Lackland. General Lackland died on April 27, 1943, and is buried in the Arlington National Cemetery. Lackland Air Force Base is also referred to as the gateway to the Air Force and is where thousands of dedicated young men and women transition from civilian life to the United States Air Force. Lackland Air Force Base is a busy community spread over almost 7,000 acres in the southwest part of San Antonio, Texas, with over 1,000 buildings. The base resembles a small city, and the majority of students are at the Air Force Military Training Center for basic military training. The daily population of Lackland averages over 33,000 people, both military and civilian. This makes Lackland the 31st largest city in Texas. Inbound trainees are transported to Air Force Basic Military Training, or BMT, at Lackland Air Force Base. Upon their arrival, trainees will be assigned to a squadron and a flight. Basic military training is the transition from civilian to military life. Part of that transition is the uniformity of hair standards for the basic trainees. Every week, 300 to 400 anxious and sleep-deprived basic military trainees make their way through a brown brick building to collect their initial set of uniforms and military essentials. They undergo fittings and receive 4 complete uniform sets before proceeding to the next room to obtain their first 2 pairs of rugged sage green military boots. Drill is the preparation of airmen for the performance of their duties in peace and war through the practice and rehearsal of prescribed movements. In a practical sense, drill consolidates airmen into battle formations and familiarizes them with their weapons. Dorm life in basic training requires real flexibility. Trainees learn to make a taut bed with hospital corners on the sheets and blankets. While in dorms, trainees are taught the importance of attention to detail, cleanliness, as well as teamwork. The Air Force Fitness Program's goal is to motivate airmen to participate in a physical conditioning program that emphasizes total fitness, including proper aerobic conditioning, strength and flexibility training, and healthy eating. All trainees receive 3 meals a day, also known as chow time. These are either served at the dining facility, DFAC, also known as the chow hall, or as a meal, ready to eat, MRE, during field training. Weapons training means training services relating to the operation and use of one or more weapons and/or restraints. Chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, or CBRN training, is where trainees learn to survive and operate in the difficult conditions of a CBRN environment. This experience provides them an opportunity to demonstrate their ability to properly wear their masks in an unforgiving environment. Weeks later in the training process, trainees return to the same building to receive their blue dress uniforms, often referred to as blues. TCCC equips military personnel with the necessary tools to effectively apply optimal medical practices in the treatment of battlefield trauma. Combat Arms Training and Maintenance, or CATM, are the United States Air Force Security Forces personnel who repair all small arms in the U.S. Air Force inventory. CADM teaches all airmen, from those with no weapons experience to those with years of experience, how to correctly and safely use many different types of firearms. Pacer Forge, officially known as Primary Agile Combat Employment Range, Forward Operations Readiness Generation Exercise, is a dynamic and intense 2-day deployment simulation designed to replicate the Air Force's force generation process and reinforce principles taught during basic military training, BMT. The Airman's Run is a celebratory and symbolic run that marks the transition of the graduating airmen from trainees to full-fledged members of the U.S. Air Force. It is a moment for leadership to acknowledge the accomplishments of the graduating class. Military leaders, including instructors and commanders, may participate in or observe the Airman's Run. Family members, friends, and base personnel may line the route to cheer on and support the airmen. The run symbolizes the journey and transformation of the airmen throughout basic military training. The Airman's Run is a festive and celebratory event. The coin ceremony at Lackland Air Force Base is a traditional and symbolic event during the basic military training graduation. Family members and friends of the graduating airmen may attend the coin ceremony to witness this special moment and share in the pride and accomplishment of their loved ones. The coin ceremony involves the presentation of challenge coins to the graduating airmen. They hand out challenge coins to each graduating airman personally. It signifies their dedication, commitment, and readiness to serve in the U.S. Air Force. The coin ceremony may include the recitation of the Airman's Creed or other oaths, emphasizing the core values and principles of the U.S. Air Force. The challenge coin presented during the coin ceremony becomes a cherished memento for the airmen. As part of their basic military training program, new recruits at Lackland Air Force Base participate in a graduation parade. This traditional event is a significant milestone for the graduating airmen, marking their successful training completion. During the parade, the newly trained airmen don their Air Force uniforms and march in perfect formation on the parade ground. Family and friends of the graduates often attend to witness and celebrate this important moment. Military officials presided over the ceremony, and distinguished guests may address the graduating class.
2.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with our nations.
In addition to the parade, the airmen perform a pass-in review, where they march in front of a reviewing stand. Reciting the Airman's Creed and the Oath of Enlistment during the parade ceremony reinforces the commitment, dedication, and values of the airmen. After the graduation ceremony, airmen will reunite with their families and friends to share their achievements and spend quality time together. Seventh 37th Training Group. Flights 273 through 286. Commenced training 20 February 2024. Completed training 11 April 2024.
Somebody behind right there ask you to do something, it will be proceeded. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Seems like our guys don't know, but now that you're here at BMT, okay, you're allowed 3 forms of jewelry. A religious medallion, okay, I mean,
done. Stand by for further instructions.
Fellas, when the man that's standing in front of
Sit up, locate it while you're standing there. When you get in the chair, point it out to us. Everybody have their easy pay card in their hand. And on the end, come on down.
Okay, now you can have a good day. Bye guys. Bye-bye. Fellas, if you're on the black line.
Procedures at the firing range. When you go firing and what's the situation of restraints, wrist and cords. Anytime you have your weapon, you must maintain safety at all times. You will treat all. You will not point the rifle at yourself. You fire a weapon with no ammunition. So we need to basically have our support hand to support the weapon pointing downrange. That's all it is. You're behind the barrel.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, listen up.
You have your grip, you have your aiming, you have your breath control. Your support hand, your hand guards rest on the base of the.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You have your eye.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think further you'll have target out the distance, which is your fall, and trying to identify where you want to shoot. So you pull the trigger and shoot naturally, so you're not creating any kind of disturbances in your weapon. Alright, so moving on to the High ready and port.
Our overview for today is right here. If you paid attention during the whole process of inspecting your gear, you would
This way! Arms out! Arms out! Keep going, walk towards me. Follow my voice.
Arms out like a team. Arms out like a team. Arms out like a team. Follow the posture. Arms out like a team.
Walk towards me. Follow my voice.
Drop one off at the tower. If your weapon has a tag on it, that one goes to the tower first. Got it? Okay, all you're gonna do is stand by.
behind, remember, it's not on the yellow line. No, behind the yellow line. Don't stand in the flag.
Flight number, your last name, your first name.
Move forward. You do not need a magazine. Just move forward. Get in position.
Semi, aim, and squeeze.
I had a gun.
Support hands should be where?
Just load your magazines with 6 rounds.
Oh yeah, but that's fine. I got my OCP.
So it shouldn't be pointed at your feet or up at the clouds or at your neighbor. Always level and down range.
You're done. Your area's clean. Take a knee. Hurry up. Take a knee behind the elevator.
What you doing? Take a knee. Hurry up.
Take a knee.
Sir.
Come down here towards the little end. Everybody, hurry up. The lower number.
I was. You won. Did I love you? Hurry up.